You ready?
Only if I can leave that in the video.
You better smile. All right, Eric and Tammy here, back for another episode.
That's right.
And kind of got a good one. It's kind of scary, kind of intense, a lot of drama.
Is this like a movie trailer?
We had a blowout in this RV on our front passenger steer tire doing 65 miles an hour. And we thought we'd share it with you.
Okay, this is going to seem really weird what I'm about to do, but I want us to swap places.
Why would we do that?
Because I want to remember how it happened, and I was over there and you were over here.
Seriously?
I'm dead serious.
What are we gonna play this out?
No, I think when you're trying to remember things.
Okay, so you're in the passenger seat now.
Yes.
Is that okay?
So like this feels more. This feels more like it was.
Okay, well, could we have just started this way?
We could have, but it just hit me.
Okay, we're back. So, very scary. And I will say that we made another video on this that is more educational. It is more into tire safety, the things that we thought went wrong, and it's super educational. You can catch it over at our Techno RV channel, YouTube channel. This is just us talking about it.
How it happened.
Yeah, how it happened. So we're driving down the road. Sunny day, 4-lane highway.
We're in the right lane, which is good. Eric is an exceptional driver. Like, are you enjoying this?
Keep going. Keep going.
I don't drive the RV because I've done it for this really short period of time once when we were being evacuated, and that 45 seconds that I sat behind the wheel was horrible, and I never did it again. I know a lot of women drive, and that's fine, but
not your thing.
Not my thing. That's our house.
You don't drive a passenger vehicle that great.
Right. That's our house. I don't drive. He's fabulous. He really is. Like, I commend you. You're an excellent driver.
Why, thank you.
Excellent driver.
I appreciate the compliment. That is one of my love languages, by the way, is for you to compliment me more often. So the love bank is just been deposited right there.
All right, go.
All right. So anyway, 65 miles an hour, 4-lane road, going down. I'm talking shotgun right here.
Yeah, nothing really prepares you for that.
There is nothing subtle about a steer tire blowout.
And it's right under me.
Yeah, it's a random tire catastrophic failure. It just boom. I mean, it blows out, and
you know, even though you want to think like, what was that? You immediately know what it is. It's not like, what was that noise? Let's get out and check.
Now, I don't know what Tammy's thinking over here, but I hear her yell, "We're going to heaven!" And I'm thinking, I'm over here fighting the wheel, and she's talking about we're going to heaven.
I mean,
I'm like,
it's just a quick
why would you yell that out? Like,
you're a good driver, but that was not good.
It felt like we were going somewhere. I can tell you this. So I'm in the battle.
You were beast mode, dude.
Let me tell you something. The attack is on. You're definitely under attack. You're battling the steering wheel. The number one thing they tell you if you have a blowout is that you need to press on the accelerator, which I did, and that is not natural. What I wanted to do was
which is another reason I don't drive, because if I'd have been driving,
you just slammed them brakes on.
I'd have slammed on the brakes. We'd have been flipping. It'd have been all kind of bad.
So just not to get in the educational part, but on a blowout, you get a lot of side force. So to kind of plane that out, you give it accelerate. Not a lot. You can go watch the educational video to get more on that, but that makes you get that forward motion, and then you start hitting the brakes.
You just can't help but teach, can't you?
Well, I feel like I need to tell it. So. So anyway, this whole thing happened in 15 seconds, and we're going to take 15, 20 minutes telling it. But anyway.
I don't know what was going through your mind, but after I freaked out right when it happened, and I'm just like, I'm holding on because I have a handrail here. I'm just holding on, and I'm scoping out the road because I can see you over there just like bearing down. You're like.
You got that right.
You are killing it over there.
I was working it.
And then all I'm seeing is the side of the road because I'm like, in a split second, there's so many things that can happen in your mind. I know nobody's around us, but there's a ditch right off the road.
It's not far off the road.
And I honestly, and I know we're not sharing this conversation while this is happening, but in my mind, I start going, okay, we're flipping. I need to be prepared for this. We are going to roll on our side. At the least, we're going to flip. Okay. It's like, 100% expected us to flip, or at least go on our side.
Now, did I think we were going to flip?
Did you? Because I did.
I can tell you this, that when I was fighting it, and the accelerator, that whole thing, and you got it under control a little bit. You're never under complete control till you're stopped. I started I felt like I was fine then, but I felt like I needed to get off the road, so I ended up easing over, and that tire that had just shredded got off the road, and it was like soft dirt. And then that just made...
That was even louder.
That was another intense wave and push to the right.
You could feel
At that
the mud
point,
and dirt.
I was very aware of the ditch, and I knew I can't let us go in that. And so I kept the left side tire on the pavement, and I mean, I bared into it and just held on.
I didn't think we were going to die.
No, but I just held on to it until we got down to a speed that I could whip it over off the road.
And dude, you did.
Dude, it was like a professional parallel parker.
I'm not kidding. We come to a stop, and my first instinct, I was like, high five, that's right, you did it, woo! You know, I'm freaking out because
She was celebrating.
Well, because I know it was all about how you were going to handle it, and there was nothing I was going to do. I was just like, here we go.
Well, we've seen all the videos of people rolling their RVs, running into guardrails and stuff. So
and once it stopped,
literally, but I will say,
literally, immediately,
her response
literally
was high five. That was awesome, and we were just like,
not awesome fun.
No,
but like, dude, you killed it. Like that couldn't have gone. You killed that blowout. It was it was so crazy. But after we stop, and I know we're not gonna like get hurt or flip, then I'm completely expecting to come out and you feel like the whole right side of your RV is just gonna be like,
you feel like it.
You do.
Anything could have happened.
I'm like, I don't know what we're about to look at, and let's go outside.
Which we did, and everything was fine. I mean, the
tire
tire, the tire had come apart, and a lot of times tires will come apart and they'll rip up your undersides. There's really nothing under our front wheel well except for there's a except for a gas line.
Just the gas tank.
But it's actually
no
the the big tube for the fill on that side, and it had knocked it out of the port hole basically, or the fill hole, whatever you call it. It had basically just kind of knocked that out, and really that's the only damage we took.
I was blown away. I'm talking like we tow a Jeep behind us, no damage on the Jeep, no nothing. It was absolutely textbook perfect, if there is such thing as a perfect blowout.
Keep it coming.
Perfect blowout.
Hey.
If you have to have a blowout.
I mean, I don't want to do it again.
Oh, no. So, you know, I mean, it took us 6 hours to wait for CoachNet to come.
Yeah, and the tire was buried probably a third of the way up the rim. There was shredded. And the RV was so low to the ground that if there would have even
it looked like it had been sitting there for like 20 years in the back, I mean, covered in dirt, flowers up to halfway up the rim.
If there had been like a dirt berm or something, it'd have taken the front of our RV out, but there wasn't. It was pretty flat over there. Anyway, we called CoachNet to have them send somebody out. That took about 6 hours, but we're like, well, we're in an RV. We're just basically we're just
once
RVing.
You're like, I'm alive, the RV didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
let's have some lunch.
We're hanging out. People would pull over and talk to us, and we were hanging out, making sandwiches for people, and
weirdly enough, my parents were going to Mississippi State. If you remember, they pulled over.
Oh, they were going to a game.
They were going to a game. Saw us, pulled over.
Oh, and then a police officer pulled over, and I had seen him go up and down the road a couple of times passing tickets out, and he pulled over. He's like, "What are y'all doing?" I said, "Well, we had a blowout." And he's like, "You're kidding." I said, "I thought y'all were letting a dog out or something." He said, "You had a blowout?" And he came and looked at it. He said, "Oh Lord," he said, "I don't normally see people with blowouts that are parked parallel to the road like what you just did."
It was perfect. I got a good picture of it. I mean, but it was a long time to wait. It was
a long time.
It was a long time. It started raining. It got dark.
It was dark. It's raining. So the guy shows up to fix it, right? And I'm just feeling like there's going to be problems. So he walks over there, and I said, "Hey, is that going to be a problem to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "I don't have the equipment to raise your RV." And I'm thinking, okay.
Our laid-back nature's getting a tiny bit, a little bit concerned at this point.
You're pushing me a little bit.
You're pushing us. We can chill on a lot of stuff, but please don't say overnight.
I said, "Well, here's the thing." I said, I really don't feel like, you're going to be leaving until his tires change. I said, "So we're going to figure it out." So I
did. You basically, in so many words, you held the guy hostage. Like,
I said, I was like, dude, we're gonna figure this out.
You ain't leaving until this tire's fixed. We're gonna do this.
So we have hydraulic jacks on the front of the RV. So and I know that's what they're not intended for, but hey, I didn't care at that point.
I don't even care.
So I raised the front of it up, and he looked at it and said, "That ain't high enough." And I said, "Well, if we can't raise the RV any higher, the Earth's got to go lower." So guess what? We dig. And so
well, what was so bad about the digging? Okay, literally, Eric's like, I can't find anything to dig with. I'm like getting big spoons from the kitchen. I'm like, is this good? You used our pole for our magnet shade because you didn't even have a shovel of any kind in there. Who carries a shovel? I guess. Oh, well. We carry a shovel now.
I got a shovel now.
We got a shovel now. But you were digging with a pole.
It was
like a magnet shade pole that we put our magnet shade.
Yeah, the magnet shade's like our big shade on the front of our RV that connects with magnets, and you have to have a pole to kind of pop it up on the magnet. So I just pulled that out and started digging. So while he was changing the tire, I just kept digging and kept digging and kept digging. And by the time he rolled it over there, it popped right on. Of course, now my tire's in a hole, but
he was great. He was willing to stick it out with us and figure it out. It was great. And then we got it back on.
And then we had to drive an hour and a half home.
That's the part, like, which is why we haven't moved since this event, because afterwards you feel like you're driving the other 5 tires are just ticking time bombs.
Yeah,
I mean, it was literally,
you do feel like that.
For the next hour and a half, and it was honestly, again, the perfect blowout. Because we were on a straightaway, but it felt like the entire hour and a half home, we were just doing this and over bridges and over water. I was like, any other time would be a disaster. And we have 5, what I considered they were just all going to blow at any moment. It was so stressful. That was the most stressful part to me.
But at the end of the day, these type blowouts, they're rarities. So it really wasn't an indication of the other tires.
No, but you know.
But it did give you that feeling, and we did go a bit slower on the way home.
I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to get parked.
So we got here. Of course, we're going to change all the tires out now because they need to be changed anyway. And so that is how we survived.
We did
a steer tire blowout at 65 miles an hour.
I didn't really contribute much. It was really more what you did, but still.
You offered some entertainment. We're going to heaven. So that was good. So
it was.
So that's our blowout story. Again, I got to say it. The educational part of this whole blowout's over on Techno RV's YouTube channel.
Right.
So you can check that out there. But this is just our personal account of it.
Right.
And there's really nothing educational going on here.
No.
But
carry a shovel. There's your education for our version.
Just in case. All right, that's it. We'll see y'all next time.